How's it going, guys? It's Nathan from Nathan's DIY Garage, and today I'm going to show you the updates. It's been a couple days or a day since I've done anything with this car. We ended up taking this 528 back apart. This is the one that had the timing wrong, had the condensation in the valve cover. This is the last videos I did. So we pulled it back apart, pulled the lifters out, and I had the lifters actually right now in the parts washer, and only let me take that back. Only 4 of these lifters weren't stuck. The rest of them are all stuck down. They've been in the parts washer. You know, last ditch effort, try to free them up. They won't free up. So I had some lifters here. I just threw them all in a bag. Some of those were stuck, you know, some unknown cars. I only have 7 good ones altogether. As you know, lifters are not easy to come by for these things. And they sit in these cam boxes, and then you drop them on there. And the cam sits on top just like this. Cams are just laying back in here so they don't get broke. So what we're going to have to do, I don't have any more in any parts cars here. I have to get a hold of my friend Kevin. He has a cylinder head, m54 cylinder head sitting in his little shed, his little parts shed thing. We might go up there this evening or tomorrow and try to dig through his and see if he has enough to make us a good set of 24. If not, those lifters are very expensive. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that. If not, I don't think that Kevin, the guy that owns this car, which is a different Kevin, is prepared to spend $9 to $10 per lifter to put this thing back together. And we still don't know if that was all the noise. We're 99% sure, but you know, it's probably, at this point, either 2 things that happen to stick all lifters. Actually, 3 things. The CCV is chucking out just solid moisture, solid water, and that made the valve cover get all gooey on the inside. You can barely see it now. It's settled out. That could have stuck the lifters. That or somebody's ran it low on oil at some point in time. That could have stuck the lifters. Or somebody's had it timed wrong and the valves crash into the pistons. Now, we don't think that's the case because it was running rough and it was only showing misfire on cylinder 3. Usually if the valves hit the pistons, it won't run at all. So we don't think that's the case. So this thing's kind of a dead standstill. I have to run to Tennessee tomorrow, Wednesday, to get another car, another E46 that has the same kind of situation. His lifters are good. It's not ticking. It just isn't timed right, and it has a starter issue. So that'll be the next few videos. If I can get the parts tonight, tomorrow, I'm going to put this thing back together. We'll just have to see. The other good news is on the E46, which is just sitting here not put together, I just bolted the, let me backtrack a little bit. This thing had a bad bearing. All right. So we bought a whole new hub. The bearing would not, the CV axle would not press out at all. We bought all new stuff for it, a new CV axle, a new hub, and we got it in. The bearing was loose. This was loose. And there was a German guy commented you have to bolt it up. You have to put the nut on it and torque it down. So we did that, and it'd take all the play out of it, and it seems like it's good to go. There was no noise on the bearing. It just had slop in it. So we won't know until we go and drive this car. That'll be, depends on when I go to Tennessee. I'll put this thing back together. We'll take it for a drive. Here's the old one right here. You can probably hear it. I mean, it's totally roached. There's nothing to it at all. We'll have to clean the disc off with our flap wheel on our angle grinder and clean it up on both sides real nice. And this car's been sitting long enough, I might have to clean it up the front rotors too before they're going to run without shaking. And other than that, we got to do the timing belt in this Camry. We're still waiting on the oil ring to get here for the distributor. We have not touched the E53X5 anymore. Let's put that on the back burner for right now. And our 528 is still sitting here without an engine. We keep using parts off of it. I don't know how that's going to turn out. And then we have Sylvester's 528. This is the car we did the transmission solenoids in. This thing runs, dries, and shifts perfect after that. It needs a tail light bulb. It needs I thought it needed an O2 sensor. It actually has a wires gouged underneath of it. That's probably what's wrong with that. We need to fix that. And I think it's calling for ABS wheel sensor. Just some little odds and ends. It's getting close. This car will be for sale pretty soon, guys. It's got 215,000 miles on it. It's a 98 single Vanos. So it has the GM4L 30E. If you guys are interested in this car coming up, I think it's a $2,200 car. It's got good tires on it. It's got aftermarket wheels on it. And let me know if you're interested in that. For you guys that watch my third channel, Nathan's World, I did some videos on this mower before. This is my go-to mower. This one I mow the field with. And it's about 4 acres here. This thing, the transmission has a hydrostat. About 2 years ago, I changed a filter as a non-serviceable transmission. So you got to pull the whole transmission out to change the filter and split the case. We did that a couple years ago. It's been doing good ever since. Started slipping again this year, and I took it apart to do the filter and fluid again. It has no drain plug. It's a pain in the ass. It has no drain plug. Total freaking nightmare. It's full of metal shavings. I mean, full of chunks and everything else. So I guess we're going to do this point. I've changed the filter, put it all back together. Dries for a little while, starts slipping again like it gets hot. So we're going to pull this thing back out. I know, it's like I really had time to do that, right? Pull this thing back out, and we're going to drill a hole in the bottom. We're going to make a drain plug in it. That should be interesting. I'm going to try to do the video on Nathan's DIY World. I might put it on this channel. I'm not sure yet. I'm having trouble loading videos on the MRE channel, Nathan's DIY Garage, and on Nathan's DIY World. There's not enough time in the day to do 3 videos and get anything else done. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Got a lot of work, got a lot more work coming in. We have a E65 750 Li coming in about 3 or 4 more days. It'll be here. The guy's gonna drop it off. We're going on vacation. And that's the N62 V8, and that car is more than likely gonna need valve seals, and he's willing to put the money out to get the tool where you change all the seals without taking the cams out. I don't know if that's really worth it. We have the ability to, just take the cams out and retime that engine. I don't know what's going to be faster. It kind of works out to where the timing tool kit's only like $160, and the valve seals are $40. The kit that bolts on the studs and how it's set up on the N62, you could have like a lever, and it pushes down these little cups. You can slide the lifter out. It has the different lifters than these. Actually has a little arm. You slide the lifter out, and you can press the spring. You put air in the cylinder and the spark plug hole. It holds the valves up, and you can press the spring in this little press, and you pull the keepers out of the valves, and you pull the spring off, and you pop the seal off, and you reinstall it. That's not that bad of a job. What's so bad about it, to buy the tool to do that without taking the cams out, is $1,000. There's not much to the kit. Only one company makes it. They have the market cornered. You could actually rent them, and that's might be the direction we go. It'd be nice to have timing tools for that car laying around. But at this point in time, if it takes a lot less time to do them when they're in the car, I'm probably just going to do that. We're going to get it here, though. We're going to go through the PCV system, make sure none of that is the problem. It come from a shop close by. They didn't really know what they were doing with it, so we're just going to exhaust every option before we go to the valve seals on it. That's all for today, guys. Just an update of what's going on, and that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.